on average 1, then the virus starts to go into decline and the number of infections start to fall. That is the simple principle behind the measures of social distancing. And what you have seen is all our efforts, hard though they might be, have begun to pay off. But of course, the other point to make there, of course, is that it will only continue to pay off if we continue to keep social distancing and we continue to comply with those messages. Because, of course, my fear, as the fear of all of us is that those curves won't continue to be on a downward trend, but will start to go in an upward trend. And we're not at the point that any of us can be absolutely confident that that's not going to be the case. We want to avoid a second peak. We want to avoid a rise. And so I can't emphasize enough that this is not the time to say, actually, we've done a good job, we need to stop complying with our social distancing instructions and the government guidance. This is exactly the time to keep that up. It's exactly the time. And that's why when I showed you the transport graphs and curves earlier, that slight uptick in motor vehicles, that slight uptick in the use of Apple Maps, we need to keep a close eye on that. We all need to remind ourselves that this has been a really tough 4 weeks, and we don't want to lose the benefits that have come from this. We need to keep going, and we need to make sure the number of infections continues to decline.
Thank you very much. And finally, Jen Williams from the Manchester Evening News.
Hi, thank you. A question first for the Minister, if I may, and then one for both of you. Councils are clearly on the front line of delivering social care during the pandemic. And so far, the government has promised £3.2 billion extra for local government. But one Conservative councillor I spoke to today said that while it's welcome, it's merely a sticking plaster for what's to come. Greater Manchester's 10 councils alone have forecasted a financial hit of more than £500 million this financial year. And leaders are warning of catastrophic cuts to services if ministers don't help further. So will government make good on its promise to do whatever it takes and commit to fully reimbursing councils for their losses? And secondly, I just wanted to come back to the question that Paul Brand asked earlier on about death in care homes and what the evidence actually is currently that they are falling, and probably something that I would add to that. Why were deaths in care homes not factored into the same kind of counting as deaths in hospitals at the start of this? Was that an oversight, or what's the actual reason for the fact that we didn't start this process with a daily care home death figure? Thank you.
Well, look, the government, of course, recognises that these are extraordinary times, and local authorities have indeed taken on additional burdens to help get through this crisis. And it's in recognition of that, as you alluded to in your question, that Robert Jenrick announced a package of additional financial support for local authorities. We estimate that that's the right approach to support them through this difficult time. Of course, some of the things that they're doing now, they're often geared up to do anyway, and they have their own